Okay. We are live and direct, Sneaker Addicts, with my partner in crime, Franchise Kicks. Introduce yourself for people that aren't familiar with you.
My name is Clint. I have a YouTube channel called Franchise Kicks, which is a YouTube channel based on reselling, making money, mystery boxes. Pretty much, if I want to make it, I shoot it, I create it, you watch it. Too easy.
And where can they see you?
Oh, youtube.com/franchise kicks. Just look for the sexiest bearded man on YouTube, and that's me.
I like the t-shirt, by the way. Definitely digging the t-shirt.
We got the cleaner on. Even though
I'm hearing, well, I'm not really hearing, but I know you're going to Double or Nothing. That's a big show, man.
Yep. It's going to be a good time. It's going to be a landmark. This is the first pay-per-view that honestly challenged WWE in, what, 20 years? I mean, a pay-per-view that could change what we know. So I'm excited about it. I freaking can't wait.
You know, I'm going to be honest with you. I'm more excited about after that pay-per-view to see what goes on. What network are they going to? Because you know they're going to a network.
Oh yeah, there has to be a deal, but I keep hearing that it could be like a TBS or TNT kind of a thing. There's just some speculation that it could be, you know, Ted Turner saying, "Come on back here," you know, get a little revenge on Vince. You never know.
That would be amazing.
Yes, it would.
So tomorrow we got a new colorway of the Yeezy 700 releasing. What's your thoughts on the colorway?
I'm actually going to pick them up. They should be releasing on Yeezy Supply here in about 2.5 hours, usually between 3 and 3:30. And I'll probably get them off there just so that in the morning, if I can get them, which I should be able to, then I won't have to worry about it then on Adidas or anything. But I like the colorway. You know, it's basic. You know, I like it. It'll be my third pair of the 700s. So
now, are you buying to flip?
No.
Or to rock?
Well, rock eventually.
So you really genuinely, like, you really dig the colorway. Like, you're buying for your own personal collection.
Oh, yeah. I like the colorway because I passed on the salts last week, 2 weeks ago.
Yep.
They were just, they just didn't do it for me. They were too plain. They just, no. But the inertias, I like the colorway. It's a comfortable shoe. It's an ugly shoe, but it's comfortable. And it's expensive, too. That price point's freaking ridiculous still.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head. $300 is pretty pricey for the shoe. But the materials are very, very nice. Do you own any of the 700s?
Yeah, I've got the Wave Runners and the Mocha pair. Got both of them.
Yeah, those are nice. I think still the Wave Runner is the best pair. That's my personal opinion.
Most wearable is the Mocha, though. The most wearable pair.
Yeah, well, that's a pretty easy pair to just rock with, like, so many different outfits. It's pretty easy to match with that. It's a very neutral kind of vibe to it, you know?
Yeah. You can wear it.
I noticed this week, though, we don't have a lot of stuff coming out. Like, there's not much coming out. We got those Jordan 9s that are releasing. What is the nickname to them Jordan 9s that are releasing? It's got like a 90s nostalgia vibe to it.
Yeah.
I forgot what
I was looking it up right now.
The Dream It, Do It colorway. It's releasing tomorrow, $190. I'm not that crazy about it. I did review it. The leather is kind of boo-boo, man. It feels like, you know, back in the days when you were a little kid, you had that, like, first baseball mitt. And it was like, it felt so fucking fake. Like, that's what it feels like. It just felt like super fake, man. It's like, no go for me.
No.
And the colorway is just way too wild with the mismatched colors. How do you feel about it?
I'm looking at it right now. And with the teal green, kind of a mustardish color, black, purple, red, white. Now, it kind of has that Fresh Prince of Bel-Air vibe to it, but on the 9, that's just ugly. I don't like it. I'm not buying it. Won't ever wear it. Won't ever buy it. No.
Are you a fan of the Jordan 9?
No. I have never owned a pair of 9s in my life. Never will. I think it's a hideous shoe. I think it's an awful shoe. It's a narrow shoe. I can't wear it. My foot's too damn
It's
fat.
not that narrow.
I got a fat foot. I can't wear the 9.
I'm telling you now. I've known you for many years. It is not that narrow of a shoe. You know, when I was a kid, I hated that sneaker because that was the sneaker that, you know, Jordan retired and then that shoe came out. So I was always like, screw that shoe, you know. But I ended up buying them, and I love them, man. I'm telling you, I highly recommend a pair of Air Jordan 9s.
I tried on a pair like one time many years ago, put them on, squeezed my pinky toe, took them off. Nope, not buying them. Never will.
Do you remember what colorway it was?
Oh, shoot. Hold on.
What was that right there? You got some old school R&B playing?
No, I was turning on my phone to find the video so I could see the comments.
Oh, for real?
Oh, yeah. But,
What did the advertisement play?
Something, yeah. You gotta make that money.
Yeah, right? I feel you, brother. You gotta let that play, man. So, are you gonna pick up those Jordan 4 BREDs when they release?
3 pairs. Yep.
3.
Yep. Because I bought.
I'm not mad at it. I don't blame you.
I bought 3 of the infrared 6s. I mean, if it's a classic pair from my childhood, I used to just buy 2 pairs, one to rock and one to stock. But being 38 now it's I buy 1 to rock and 2 to stock. You know.
Yeah, because you just don't know when they're going to come back out. That's the whole thing.
Exactly.
I really regretted not picking up another pair of the black cement 3s the last time they released.
I only bought 2. Yep. I wish I would have bought that 3rd one, but I didn't. I was just being cheap, and I kick myself now because prices on that thing are going up.
Yeah, they're going for a pretty penny. Do you know off top how much they're going for around?
My size, because I wear a 14 in Jordan 3s, like my size is going now for about $325 to $340 for my size. And retail was like, what, $220 was retail on the black cement 3s, I think? Or was it 2? I can't remember. The prices for my size is like $100 on top of retail now.
Mm-hmm.
No.
Well, your size, what are you, a size 13?
Jordan 1s, 3s, and 4s, I wear a 14 just because my foot's too fat for a 13. They're too narrow.
And, you know, they make less pairs of those because it costs more money for Jordan Brand to make them.
Yep.
So when they get their cases, they always get 1 pair per case of those sizes, a size 13, a size 14, you know. They stop, giving you double sizes after, I think, a size maybe 11, if that, when you get a case of sneakers. Yeah. So you guys always catch the shit patty when it comes to the damn sneakers.
Oh, yeah, because, like, with Adidas, with the Yeezys for, like, a finish line for a size 13, it's usually 2 pairs. Size 14 is usually 1 pair. That's all they have.
It's always like that. They're going to have 1 pair. If it's like a smaller retailer, you're always going to get that.
You know, 1 pair for the whole city. So,
damn, it's hard being a big guy, right? Pause, right?
Well, if I was skinnier, I could probably squeeze into a 12, and I could have at least a chance of 4 or 5 pairs. But yeah.
And the thing that sucks about guys like yourself that wear a size 13, there's no half sizes.
No.
So it's either 13 or you got to go up a whole full size run.
Yeah.
And that is bonkers.
Yeah.
I mean, I can't even imagine having the choice of, okay, I'm either going to get a 9 or I have to get a 10.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a dramatic change in size, you know?
It's a whole inch because, like, on my 1s, 3s, and 4s, like a 14 is too long. I mean, there's times that I drag my toe whenever I walk just because that extra inch, it really, but I need that extra inch for just the width. But yeah, I mean, there's no 13.5s made except for very, very, very rarely do you see a 13.5.
You basically have to be playing in the NBA.
Oh yeah, and then you can. Oh,
If you're a celebrity, you could get a 13.5. If not, you're getting a 14.
here's a fun fact, which I haven't heard a lot of people say, but Jordan's shoe size, one foot was a 13, the other foot was a 13 and a half. If you didn't know
That is true. That's 100% true.
He actually wore a different size shoe on each foot whenever he played, just because he wanted like a true to fit size.
Yep. No, that is 100% true, because as much as I love sneakers, I'm a Jordan fanatic. Like when I was a kid, like I was obsessed with Michael Jordan. I remember playing basketball as a kid, and I'd always have my tongue out and do all the moves and stuff in people's yards, like in the driveway playing basketball. I was crazy with Michael Jordan. So like me and my friends, we would like literally study this man, like for real. We would study Michael Jordan. That is the truth, man. He would wear a size up on, I forgot which foot it was, if it was the left or the right foot.
But he wore a half size up. Always did.
Yeah. It seems like this month, though, it's a little slow with Jordan releases. Maybe they are realizing they're releasing maybe one too many sneakers. Because, I mean, there's not many releasing this month, it seems like.
I mean, like, the only pair that I want next are the 4s that are coming out in, I'm not even sure a month. What, April? May?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's coming.
Like, cement 4s that are coming out.
Yeah, them Jordan 4s, though, I think that's going to be a crazy release. It's going to be a big, big deal.
Yeah.
And those infrareds, how did those infrareds do around your way?
Oh, they were gone. Which I won a raffle at Champs in my local mall. I hit that raffle. I lost the raffle at Foot Locker, lost the raffle at Finish Line. But I doubled up on Nike and tripled up on finishline.com. So I got my 3. But here in Indianapolis, though, like the mall that day was crazy. I mean, there was no pairs left. Everybody picked their pairs up. There was nothing.
Dude, in North Carolina, they had pairs until like Tuesday.
Are you serious?
I'm not kidding. I went to Foot Locker. They had like just scattered sizes, though. I don't want to get it fucked up where people are like, oh my God, were they a size run? But they had like scattered sizes, like a size 9, a size 8, a size 10, at like a Foot Locker, at a Finish Line, and at a Foot Action. And I was like, how is this going down over here? And there's a lot of people that go to this mall. It's like a big mall. I see celebrities that go there all the time. And I just couldn't believe that they were still around. I was shocked. I was really shocked that they were still around. These BRED 4s are going to be gone.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be at least, I mean, that'll be 3 pairs for me. Then, like, the next shoe after that, I'm not even sure what I'm really looking forward to. Jordan-wise, I mean, Jordan-wise, because pretty much now the only ones that I'm trying to buy is just the OGs from my childhood. All the new colorways with the pink and the purples and the teals on them. I don't want that crap. I mean, I'm just being pickier now with what I buy. It's just more of just from when I was a child, from what makes me remember my childhood. Like the infrared 6s, the Concords. That was my childhood and hell, my teenage years, really, because the Concords, when I was 16 when those came out, I was a freaking teenager.
Yeah, that's like my whole mindset for the past, not even just this year, but in general in the past, like, I would say 2 years with me with sneakers. If it ain't an OG colorway, I'm really not that interested anymore. And I think a big reason is because people like me and you have been collecting for many years, and we have all those outrageous colorways that weren't OG colorways. So it's like, we have that. We have those shoes that are outside of the box. Do I need to buy another shoe that's not an OG colorway that's outside of the box when you're sitting on hundreds of pairs of sneakers and like 50% are not OG colorways? Because if you think about it in your collection, how many Jordans are in your collection? Like
right now?
Like percentage-wise, just off top.
Percentage. For my collection, I'd say 3/4 are Jordans.
Okay, so how many are original colorways?
Out of 75%, I've sold off a bunch of my non-OG ones. Now, OG, 90% are OG colorways, and only just very few aren't, you know. Like I kept the Fear 5 just because of the materials on that shoe were very different, kind of like the waxy. You know, like I kept those, and like I dumped a lot of my Jordans that weren't the OG ones. I never wore them. Half of them were dead stock that came out freaking 5, 6, 10 years ago. I just never wore them. So I've sold off a bunch of shoes in the past, I'd say 6 months.
Now the big question is, how much money did you lose?
Lose?
Or you didn't lose any?
I didn't lose money, I'll tell you that much.
Really?
Oh, no.
Because I'm looking at my collection, and I wanted to trim down my collection, but I feel like a lot of the shoes are not worth that much, like as far as resale value. So I feel like it's worth me just wearing them. Just looking through StockX and all the prices and all that.
I mean, I guess, like I sold a pair of, what those things were called? They're Jordan 4s. They were red and white. They came out a couple years ago. Like the alternate 89 or something like that. Like I bought that pair for under retail whenever they came out. I sold those things probably early January. They were dead stock still. And I sold them on, I think, StockX for over retail. So, I mean, I made a little bit on them, not much, but I did make a little bit, you know. But they were dead stock still after 2 or 3 years, and I was never going to wear them.
I mean, the thing is, the sneaker game is so crazy now because there's so many Jordans that just sit now, you know? Do you think that later on down the line, a lot of these Jordans that are sitting are going to end up being worth money? No?
Just like the Mochas. You know, the Mocha 3s. When those came out back in 2001, you know, people didn't...
Yeah, those sat.
They didn't.
No one wanted them shits.
They were ugly. Whenever they first came out in the past decade or so, people kept saying, "Oh, that's my grail. I want that shoe."
Yes.
Oh my God, I wish they bring him back out. Bring back the Mochas. Oh, that shoe. Guess what? They brought them out, and guess what? Now they're on clearance for like $120, and they're still not selling. So
no one wants them. But you know what? You know what the key to the Mochas is? It's aging. They look better when they're yellowing. They do though.
But it's just an ugly looking shoe. It's like all white with these little splashes of kind of like poop brown on them. It's just an ugly looking shoe. Like,
the elephant print looks like shit. It looks like diarrhea.
Yes, it does. It's terrible.
It's like diarrhea. You know, I always wanted that sneaker until I seen it at the store, and I was like, "This is pure diarrhea cement on a fucking pair of Jordans."
Yep.
But when it ages and it starts yellowing, it kind of contrasts the diarrhea.
It looks like pee with some diarrhea.
Yeah, it's like if you ever walk into a public bathroom and there's poop in the bathroom, you're like, "Oh God, what the hell?" And then, you know, the water's yellow and stuff. You're like, "Ah, shit." That's basically what it is.
Yeah. Yeah, that's Mochas. So in 10 years, if you have a dead stock pair of those, will they be worth much? No. Because they're trash. It's a trash colorway.
But, for example, right now I'm on StockX right here. This shoe, the Oreo 6, I purchased 3 pairs of these because I love them. The first pair I bought for retail, I think retail was $150 when it originally released. I forgot the actual date. I'm looking on StockX. It doesn't say. And I'm not trying to dig in because that's just going to be boring as fuck. But I remember them sitting and buying 2 more pairs on East Bay for $99. And now they're reselling for about $280 to $325 on StockX. Some prices even higher. And that's what I'm saying. Like, could some of these colorways become something that is worth money in the future? Could the South Beach 8 maybe be a shoe that people may spend $300 in the future? That's the question.
No.
Maybe like even like the Tinker 8. You know, I just don't know. Like, you just don't know.
all those Tinker shoes are trash. All of them.
The Tinker 6 was
Threes are
hideous.
Sixes
That
are
thing
trash.
was
Threes are
disrespectful to the damn sneaker. I mean, I grew to be like, okay, I can understand why people may want to wear it, but not me. I would never wear that shoe. No offense to the viewers that are watching this, I would never wear that damn sneaker. It's so, the tongue is what really killed me. It was just like so bright and just too much, you know. It just was horrible, unbelievable. But is there any other shoe you're looking forward to that's releasing this year?
Let me check Soul Links real quick for the new upcoming.
It's getting a little slow right now, which I'm not mad at right now. It's definitely getting a little slow. But right now, my priority is the BRED 4s. Like, definitely. I'm definitely getting at least 2 pairs of those.
That's pretty much the only one I'm looking forward to in the next several months are the BRED 4s. I mean, there's some Ultra Boosts that are coming out because I still rock the Ultra Boost pretty much 6 days a week. Like they've got some Game of Thrones collabs coming out here in like a week and a half. That they look pretty sweet too. They got some Game of Thrones, the White Walkers and Night Watches and House Lannister and House Stark. Those look kind of
that Game of Thrones talk has got me going right now. Oh, I can't wait! I know you love your Game of Thrones.
I've never watched it, but
what?
No.
Oh no, you're a Walking Dead fan. You're a Walking Dead fan.
Season 1 through 7 on Vudu. I just haven't watched it yet. Or season 1 through 6, or not. Of course, not the new one, but they had a package deal a couple months ago where you bought season 1 through 6 or 7. It was really cheap. It was like $75 for everything. So I was like, I'll watch it eventually.
You gotta watch it, man. You would actually be good on the show. Your look, you'd be perfect for Game of Thrones.
I'm too damn lazy for that.
Yeah, you got the whole look, man. You put you in some armor and shit like that, you'd be fucking winning all day, man. How do you feel about The Walking Dead this new season?
So far, I've actually really enjoyed it. I think
it's so good, no?
I really enjoy it. I mean, the direction that they're taking it, I'm invested in the new characters. I'm invested in the Whispers. I'm invested in what they're going to be doing now because getting rid of Rick broke my heart, but it might have been the best thing for the show, actually. It just changed everything up and just take it to a new universe, kind of.
I can't believe I'm saying this. I don't miss Rick. I don't.
Is that
fucked
Rick.
up? I feel like I'm like backstabbing like a family member because I think that's the beauty of The Walking Dead. You kind of feel like they're part of your family because you've invested all this time watching the show, you know? Oh, God. Speak so they can see
it. What is that picture show? Yes, Andrew. Yes.
That's amazing. You scored, bro. And you got the Negan too, right? Or is it Dixon you got? Oh, God, that hurt. I know you got a case.
I got the Norman Reedus. Yes, I do.
Damn.
Beautiful. But I love my Andrew Lincoln, though.
Yeah, that's Grail. That's a Grail right there, dude.
I love my Andrew Lincoln. But not seeing Rick, though, it breaks my heart, though. Like, it just, like, it hurts a little bit that he's not there. But the direction, I think, is fantastic so far. What they've redone with the show, I can't wait to see this Sundays, you know? Can't wait to see it.
Alpha is oh, my goodness, man. She was so savage on the last episode, man. Mm-hmm. What do you think of the last episode?
I thought it was fantastic. And, like, we're finally starting to see, like, a little bit of Beta now, too, you know, because Beta, in the comics, that dude's worse than Alpha. With the introduction of Beta more of last week, because Alpha, of course, you know, she dies in the comics, obviously, because Beta steps up as the leader of the Whisperers. So hopefully everybody knew that, but if you don't, now you do. But spoilers. But I thought last week was fantastic with the daughter, Alpha's daughter, whatever her name is. Couldn't tell you.
Ah, man. What is her name?
But her twist in the show, I think, is going to be a nice little twist for what they're going to do with her character. And of course, the boy who's pretty much became Carl.
Yes. Exactly what Carl is in the comics.
He's playing Carl's part now. Which, I mean, they pretty much replaced Carl, which is fine because I wasn't a huge fan of the actor who played Carl, whatever his name was. I thought he was trash. But and then of course the
Lydia. Her name is Lydia.
Yeah. But I'm interested to see the direction of where they take that to, and I think not killing off Rick, having Rick leave the show, I think might have saved The Walking Dead. I think
you're right. I think you're right too, and I really was very passionate. I was really passionate about how I was just so against them doing what they did, the way they took him off the show because of the comic books. And I even was very upset about what they did with Carl, but it's really working out right now. It really is working out right now, which I'm a little surprised about. I definitely am surprised with the outcome. You said that you read the comics. Do you think that last episode with the decapitation of that Whisperer, do you think that's foreshadowing of the future with Alpha without spoiling it? Or did you get that far in the comics?
Last one because I buy mine now in like bulk and like volumes, you know what I'm saying? Because it's cheaper.
Did you see the outcome of the war between, the Whisperers and everything with Negan? Did you get that far in the comics or not?
Rick plays a huge role in it. Negan plays a huge role in it. Carl plays a huge role in it. So Negan has to at some point become a leader of the faction.
You didn't get that far in the comics. You don't know what I'm saying. I'm trying not to spoil it, so I'm not going to spoil it.
Because I got to the battle, or whenever the Whispers and...
No, you're right, the battle.
Fashion. But I haven't gotten much beyond that because I haven't bought the new volumes yet.
Okay, so I'm not going to spoil it for you.
Oh, you can spoil it. I don't care.
All right, well, if you're watching and you don't want to be spoiled, skip 5 minutes. Not even 5 minutes, 20 seconds. Just double tap and skip 30 seconds. Alpha gets her head cut off by Negan in the comics.
Oh.
So that's what I was saying about the foreshadow.
How she took that woman's head off. That was actually that was kind of badass though, too, the way that she took her head off. That was kind of
badass. But with a string though, like
that sucker off. It was.
I don't know. Is that realistic?
I don't know. I mean, I guess if you got the string underneath of a vertebrae just right, and broke up the whatever that stuff's called, the
tendons,
or whatever it is.
Ligaments.
Ligament. I mean, it might be possible. Graham's a doctor. Graham is in the chat right now. Graham will know. Man,
it was so good though. Last week's episode was so good. I watched it twice. I really enjoyed it. There's a few questions in the chat that was really, really good. I want to see what the hell it is. Where is it? There was a few. Now they're gone. What the fuck? Oh, this is what I wanted to ask you. How do you feel about Ronda Rousey, that whole situation that happened? Did you see that clip where she started talking crap about wrestling, about it being fake?
Yeah, I watched her clip, and I haven't watched WWE since before WrestleMania of last year. I haven't watched any. I just lost interest in it completely. Like, I haven't watched SmackDown in 2 years. I haven't watched Raw since before WrestleMania last year. Pretty much now I just watched the pay-per-view, and that I fast forward through most of it. I just don't like the product. So, but the Ronda thing, I did watch her on YouTube where she went off because I was kind of curious because she broke kayfabe. But from what I saw and what I read, I think it's all just a work, you know.
I think it's work too.
It's all just
I agree with you.
I mean, she's under contract, and Vince is not going to let anybody talk like that and not face consequences. Vince is the man that has an ego that's the size of Jupiter. It's not going to happen.
What's going to happen when Vince McMahon passes away?
It'll be the best.
Have you ever thought of that?
I mean, he needs to step down. The product is so freaking bad that I don't watch it. I can't stomach I just can't. It's just bad. I think the best thing for him to do, I shouldn't say for him to die, but just he needs to step down. He needs to let Hunter take over the company, not Shane, not Stephanie, because they don't have the mind that Hunter does, and let him take over and do something different because the product just sucks.
So if it was up to you, if you could choose, if you could play God, we'll say, who would you rather run the company? Would you rather Stephanie and Hunter, a.k.a. Triple H, or Shane McMahon?
Triple H. He has the business mind. He has the wrestler mind. I mean, NXT is his baby. That's all him.
And NXT is fantastic.
I mean, that's all
still.
Him.
It's still fantastic.
He needs to take control of the entire everything. But will Shane and Stephanie let him? Probably not. You know, because he doesn't have the McMahon blood. Of course, we don't know, though. I mean, Vince and him might be, like, super, super tight, you know. But Vince needs to step down. Man's out of touch.
So you think that in Vince's will, under who gets the company, it's going to be Stephanie and Triple H? That's the question I'm asking. Who is going to be on the damn will?
It'll say Stephanie and Triple H just because Shane left the business to do his own thing in China for several years. It just wasn't his passion. He only came back because he sold the business, from what I remember, I think. But, yeah, it'll be Stephanie and Triple H's baby in the future, with Shane just being, you know, a puppet, doing what he's supposed to do, you know, jumping off the top of cages still.
So, I see you wearing the AEW shirt. Do you feel like the roster is strong enough yet? Because I personally don't.
I think the roster is very strong with independent guys. Like, I would rather watch independent guys try their best than watch WWE. Because, to me, they're actually enjoying what they're doing. WWE guys, from all the people who have talked out, a lot of people hate the company. They don't like working for Vince. They don't like working there anymore. Like, they want out, but Vince won't let them go. It just it's kind of turned toxic. Hence why I read how they fired Arn Anderson. They fired somebody else in creative. Guys who had been there for like 15 years, you know.
Allegedly, there's rumors that what is that girl? She's a beautiful girl. She's black. What's her name? She's like a real jobber. She's barely on TV. But I think her name, what's the last name? I think it may be Fox or something. Alicia Fox. There's rumors that she had like a drink or so. This is allegedly. This isn't facts. Just putting that out there for people. But allegedly, she got the okay from Anderson to wrestle. This is something that I'm reading on the internet. It's not facts. I'm just putting it out there. And that's what happened. That's what got him to lose his job, allegedly. So that's what I'm hearing. Did you hear anything about that?
I think I read something about it on Twitter or something.
That's what I'm saying. It's all allegedly, you know.
She wasn't drunk, but she had too many to drink, but wasn't. I mean, her character, though, is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So, I mean, if she's drunk, as long as she doesn't hurt the other person that she's supposed to protect while they're doing their things, not a big deal.
I mean, she could have also just had a drink, like, while out, you know, having a meal. They're on the road. She could have just had like a glass of wine while she was having her meal, you know, before the actual show was going on. It could have been something minimal like that too, you know.
Yeah, could have been nothing.
I think though this whole thing that's going on with Ronda Rousey could give WWE a real edge. I mean, even have you seen like on Twitter how there's been like real brutal back and forths with Ronda Rousey and Becky Lynch? Have you seen that where they're actually swearing and really going in on each other?
I saw somebody retweet that because I don't watch the product, so like I don't know the week-to-week stuff. Like I just know what happened in the last pay-per-view, and that's pretty much it.
Yeah.
Between Becky and Ronda, and their tweets were getting pretty non-kayfabe, but I think it's all just still it's just a work to build up to WrestleMania. But I mean, yeah, they did they kind of cross the line at times? From what I read, I definitely think they did. Whenever like Becky started to bring Ronda's husband into the mix, saying whatever she said about him, and started making it personal. And I was like, man, yes, it's real. I mean, I should say it's real. Yes, it's fake. You know, like the whole thing's fake, but there's certain glass ceilings that you don't break. And Ronda broke the glass ceiling, and then Becky fed into it, and she broke it.
No, I totally agree. I mean, I really love it. One thing I gotta say, you're missing out with is Daniel Bryan's return. Now that he is a heel, you haven't been able to watch any of it. You haven't been into that at all.
I haven't watched any. I haven't watched.
It's fantastic, man.
The last time that I watched SmackDown was the SmackDown before our last podcast that we did. That was the last SmackDown that I ever watched. They're talking now was a year and a half ago, maybe closer to 2 years ago. I haven't watched. I haven't watched one since then, just because it was just a trash product. Of course,
and that's a big reason why we haven't been doing that podcast for people that love that podcast. Because honestly, besides Clint, I haven't been watching religiously either, just because of life. You know, I've been like super busy. You know, 3 kids now. And it's just like, I've been like super busy, so I don't have time to watch that shit. And Raw is way too long, too. Can you imagine if Raw was just 2 hours? They'd probably get way more people watching the product because it would be a better product. They'd literally be like, you know, trimming the fat off of the meat, you know, as far as the actual product of the show, you know?
And cut the promos down, too. Like your first promo before the guy comes out, or girl, they'll talk from 8 o'clock till 8:25, 8:30. That's too long of a promo. Like you need to cut that down to like 5 minutes tops, you know, and then let's get the show going. Quit talking. Let's do something.
Well, Kofi Kingston is actually popping right now.
Yeah, I've heard about that. Kofi.
You heard about it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty wild, man. People are actually wanting him to get a push, man. The fans are really supporting him out there.
Sucks.
Which is like crazy to me. I mean, he's talented, but why wouldn't they push Big E? He's such a bigger star.
Because Big E he was supposed to get a big push last year, I thought. Like I read about that many times, that he was supposed to get his singles push. But from what I've seen and from the pay-per-views, he never got his singles push. It went to Kofi instead, I guess, just a few weeks ago. Because I watched the last pay-per-view, whatever it was, and Kofi was
Elimination Chamber,
and Kofi was in like the main thing, and I was like, "What the hell is Kofi doing? Kofi Kingston?"
Yeah, he was a replacement.
Like, man, Kofi is not a Vince guy. He's just Kofi.
Yeah, Vince likes like those big, like Brock Lesnar type of guys, and he was trying to push this guy, Lars Sullivan. Have you heard of him?
Yeah, I read about him. Yeah, he had anxiety or something.
Yeah, stage fright, basically. From my understanding, the push was supposed to be major, where there was even rumors of him having a feud with John Cena, and he had such anxiety that he just couldn't take it. I mean, I guess, some people just ain't built for that, and, I wish him the best, because
So he quit?
sometimes, it's just human nature. You're just not built for it. But the dude is a beast. He's a big guy, Braun Strowman really has fallen off too. But I know you haven't been watching the product, so.
Have not been watching it. Nope.
Oh, he fell off completely. So.
Have not been watching it.
Getting back to AEW, you don't feel like they need a few more pieces, like bigger names?
No, they don't need to do just like a copycat. Like they need to do their own thing, build up their own stars, bring in they brought in Jericho. That was a huge thing to bring in like a legitimate star. Like you don't want a new product just with all these stars, your Hogans and your Flair type of guys, just to rehash WWE 5 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I want that. Like me as a fan, I want to see a new product, new faces, new material, new angles. I don't want to see the old WWE guys from 2010 to 2015 redoing their characters in a new format. So
I understand that 100%, but who do they have that's going to draw an audience on TV?
They got the Young Bucks.
Okay, I'll name it. Hold up, because I know you love AEW more than me, and I just think this is a fun little debate right here. You my fucking boy. I've known you. I mean, it's been good 5 years. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's all love. We're just talking fucking wrestling. But I think it's a fun debate. They got the Young Bucks. They've got Kenny Omega. That's 2 right there. Well, 3, but 2, okay? Oh, you got that too. Jesus Christ. Fucking quit, man. I swear. Okay, so they got Kenny Omega, the Young Bucks, Cody Rhodes. They've got the Lucha Bros, which are freaking awesome.
Mm-hmm.
They've got Jericho. Who else? Hangman Page.
Neville, who's now Pac.
Neville, who's awesome. He is really awesome. What's his name? Pac. Yeah, Pac.
And of course,
okay, so that's 8.
They'll get Marty Scurll here at the end of April because his contract is up with ROH here in like 6 weeks, and he'll sign.
Mm-hmm.
They'll get the villain.
But Marty Scurll, Squirrel. I always call him Marty Scurll. He's not a draw though.
Oh yeah, he is.
You think so?
Yeah, he's the villain. Heck yes. Heck yes. I mean, and let's see, who else does AEW have? They trying to think who else. I mean, of course, they tried to sign Joey Ryan, but he's under contract with Lucha.
Yeah, they aren't letting him go, which is terrible. And I like Joey Ryan. I feel like wrestling fans either love him or hate him. I think he's funny, man. I think he's hilarious. How do you feel about Joey Ryan?
Well, he's the king of hokey shit,
Yeah.
But his gimmick is funny.
It's funny, and wrestling is very carny, carnival type.
Of course, his moves are fake, but the whole thing's fake, but it's funny.
I think it's funny, too.
He's having fun.
I like Joey Ryan, and I think what he does is funny. I think it's fun. There's another girl. You seen that girl where she pulled like the tampon out of her?
Even though it was fake, of course, but
yeah, like she doesn't have that same kind of thing that Joey Ryan has. There's something about Joey Ryan where it's entertaining. He was really good on Lucha Underground. I thought he was really funny in it. With that whole thing with him being the cop with the other guy. I forgot the other guy's name, his partner. Rumor is that Lucha Underground will be no more very soon.
Yeah, because they never filmed the 5th season. It's just kind of been just up in the air. But all their talent, though, signed a contract that says they can't sign a new contract to appear on other things between the filming of seasons. And so since the show's not canceled, they're still in between seasons. So all these guys are just locked up. They're not getting paid, but they're in contract locked up, and it sucks for them. It sucks.
Yeah, it sucks for very few, though. It's just the people that sign these stupid contracts. Like Evilise is one who's very talented and a sweetheart. I've actually met her, and she's really awesome. But I mean, you know, there's some that like Johnny Impact. He's got so many different names.
Yeah,
Johnny Morrison. He is wrestling on Impact. Impact is really good too. I don't know if you've been watching Impact, but it's really good.
No, I tried to watch it a couple of times whenever they signed Brian Cage. I watched for a couple of weeks, but I just kind of forgot about it. I just don't think about it.
I think that the product is really good. I think you're missing out, man. I really think you're missing out. You need to watch it. And Scarlett Bordeaux is fantastic.
Who?
You know about Scarlett Bordeaux?
Never heard of him or her.
Oh my God. You'll fall in love with her. You need to look her up, man.
Scarlett Bordeaux in Impact.
Yes, you need to look her up. And I actually even interviewed her on my other channel at the Delz show on YouTube. You need to check that out. She is fucking awesome. But don't watch the interview until you see her other work. She's freaking... You gotta look her up, man. Impact is pretty awesome, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. But I think we're gonna end this chat right here because I don't think we have any more sneaker talk, and this is the Sneaker Addict channel where we mostly talk about sneakers. Excuse me. What's your predictions for tomorrow with the Yeezy release to close it all out?
Are they dropping on Adidas and all the normal foot sites or not?
Yes.
They won't sell out immediately then.
I don't know if they're selling. I don't know if they're selling on Foot Locker's site, but I know they're selling on Adidas' site. Of course, they're going to sell out on the Yeezy supply, which should be up in a couple of hours. What, around 3 o'clock, I think?
Yeah.
And then, yeah, right now it looks like it's only selling at Adidas, Nice Kicks, Need Supply, and then a few sites overseas like Cali Roots, Soulbox, you know, all those retailers that are overseas and everything like that, you know.
Out then if
and clothing. Yeah, I think it's going to sell out. I think that the Salt was kind of a boring colorway, and this is going to give it a little more spice, but it's just enough spice. It's still kind of a boring colorway. I mean, it only has those little bright hits of like a pinkish kind of vibe to it, you know?
Yeah, but it just has more character to it a little bit. It just has more of a contrast, just different shades of bluish, pinkish, whatever color you call that, baby blue, kind of. I mean, I don't think it's a bad colorway, but $300 though, man, that price has got to drop eventually. That's rough. That's rough.
You never owned a pair of those though. You were saying, right?
What, the 700s?
Yeah.
I have 2 pairs.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
I mean, the materials are pretty nice, no?
Yeah.
The suede on it is pretty high quality.
But it's not worth $300 though, I'll tell you that. It is not worth $300. It's more about $180 to $200 shoe. Retail is where it should be.
Oh, I want to speak to you about something. How do you feel about this whole situation with the GOAT app and Foot Locker?
Yeah, I've followed that a little bit. I don't like it. That just sounds, I mean, foot sites like Foot Locker, East Bay, Finish Line Champs are supposed to not be about reselling life. They're supposed to be about helping the consumer out, and the whole partnership now with them and GOAT, I just think that's really bad whenever in the past they fired employees for reselling sneakers that they bought. You know, like you can get fired for that. So in the past, let's say Joe works there, sold some of his sneakers on the GOAT app, got caught, fired him. So, and now Foot Locker is going to work with the GOAT app. So couldn't Joe come back and say, you fired me, and now you're working with the company that I got fired for? That's just
I never thought of that, and that is brilliant. I love that. You know, another thing I was talking with a few actual employees from Foot Locker is how many people are going to buy the shoe from the Foot Locker, go on the line, buy the shoe like the next Yeezy that comes out, pay for it, and then say, hey, I want to sell these now. Isn't that weird? Like, to purchase the shoe from the retailer and then just say, okay, well, I don't want them. I want to sell them back to you. Because that's what's going to happen, right?
Yeah, it just doesn't. It's not right. I mean, how can Jordan Brand, Nike, Adidas, how can they work with this company whenever they know that they might start doing some shady stuff behind the scenes with their stock that they're supposed to sell at retail prices? It is this whole thing. I think it just stinks.
It's like mixing oil with water, you know. It's not working. That's what I see. Like, I just don't understand the whole concept. But they got to have some kind of master plan, some kind of goal, some kind of idea that's going to make this all come together like peanut butter and jelly. But right now, it just doesn't even add up. Like, I mean, as I said, it's like mixing oil with water. You know, I don't see
no burger. You know?
Yeah, this ain't no ham. This ain't no burger. This ain't no peanut butter. It ain't no jelly. It ain't none of that. Like, I just can't say it. It's not adding up at all. At all. But it's definitely something that I'm interested about in the future. And like, you know, the GOAT app. It seems like StockX is just running shit. Like, GOAT app, I thought fell off, or people really rock with the GOAT app.
I don't mess with the GOAT app. I had bad experiences with the GOAT app, and I don't mess with GOAT app. Don't buy, don't sell. Bad experiences with them. Of course, this was also like a couple years ago now. You know, it could have changed since then, but you burn me once, you burn me twice, I'm done with you. Never.
Do you mind sharing your experience?
Oh, there's videos on my YouTube channel. Check them out. Franchise Kicks. Hear all about it.
Tell them where at. Franchise Kicks, youtube.com/FranchiseKicks.
Too easy.
But tell us one right now, because I want to hear it. So we can...
I can't remember. Like with me, there was one first shoe that I ever bought from GOAT app. Ultra Boost 3.0s, whatever they were called. They came. There was a huge on the back of the shoe was like a Sharpie mark along the back of the shoe. And my argument was that shouldn't have passed verification, you know, because there was Sharpie on the back. But whatever company makes a shoe, at times they'll like put Sharpies of where they're supposed to line up, you know, like the midsole and everything.
Yep.
But that's like a factory flaw that GOAT app should not have passed through, but they did. I contacted them. They refused to give me back my money because, you know, it was still a dead stock shoe. But I was like, but there's Sharpie on the back of my Ultra Boost. I don't want this. So that was my first time with them, and I did a video about that. And then they were, what was it? I did a couple more about the GOAT app, about exposing them for authenticating fake shoes, and they were switching out some shoes.
Oh yeah, you did a whole like run with them, and now that I think about it, check out his videos on all that.
It's because they did me dirty, so you do me dirty, I'm coming at you. I don't really care. Like, I'm coming at you. They did me dirty. But then
I remember when you went at what was it, Scoop, right?
Scoop, yeah.
Yeah, you went hard at Scoop.
Oh, yeah. That was me. I was the original person who called out Scoop. Nobody else would. All his friends were too scared to speak out about him. Well, he told me to stay in my own lane and mind my own business. Okay, let's do this. So I kind of.
And what was that other guy, the alter ego, Brody, quote unquote? What was that name?
Brody Trump.
Brody Trump. Yeah, that name is kind of dope, though. You got to admit it. Yeah, but that name was tough. Brody Trump.
With the Scoop thing, it was all about his Facebook group, and I was in the Facebook group, so I saw all this stuff firsthand. I saw the shady stuff that was going on. I saw how Scoop was deleting people's comments, or they called out Brody Trump for scamming, for selling fakes. Comments would just vanish, and Scoop would block them. And I kept seeing this, so I called him out on it, and he told me to stay in my own lane. I said, okay, let's do this. Let's change lanes.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what I did, because he pissed me off.
I seen Scoop do Funko Pop collecting videos now.
Yeah, he does all kinds of weird stuff. He does that ASMR videos where, like, he whispers into the camera.
Oh, he does?
And he'll eat his food and smack his lip.
No, you lying.
No, he has his own channel where he does that whispering and he eats food. because people kind of have this fetish.
I know what you're talking about because I had like a few requests to do a sneaker review on that. And I was like, what the hell is that shit? ASMR. And I Googled it. And then I seen there's like a whole community of ASMR YouTubers that review shit. So I did one as a goof. You gotta search DJ Delz ASMR, and you hear me like giggling like a little kid. Like, because like I did like voiceover on like when I'm shooting the shoe and I'm voiceovering the audio on my microphone, and you'll hear me like giggling like because it's so silly. It's fucking crazy. Like you're whispering. So this is the midsole, and it's like creepy as fuck. No, you know.
Some people like it, and Scoop has his own channel. That's all he does. That's all he does.
It's very popular, the ASMR.
But I think it's weird. I don't really see the point of it. I guess for some reason it's either a fetish or it's relaxing or something.
It is a fetish.
I don't even know. I don't know.
So you gonna do an ASMR video anytime soon?
I've been asked to do one for my.
Yo, you gotta do one ASMR video for fun. It's funny as hell. Yo, you gotta see my ASMR video. Just so I'll send you the link because I'll text you it to your phone. You gotta see it because it's mad funny. Like. Just search DJ Delz ASMR. That's the right thing. I don't know if it is or not. It's something like ASMR or some shit like that. But it's huge. People love this shit. Like it relaxes them and all types of shit. Because I was like, what the fuck is this crap? Because I would see it in the comments once in a while. Do an ASMR video. So I Googled it because I had no clue what the hell it was. And then I found out what the hell it was. I was like, oh my god. This is retarded. But then one night I was bored. I was like, yo, I'm going to do this shit, man. This shit will be funny. Like, you know, as a goof, you know?
That's weird.
Super weird. But I think we're going to end this show right here. I'm going to see if anyone has any ideas of anything to speak about before we go. I appreciate everyone coming through. Oh, you know what I want to ask you real quick, actually? How did your infrared 6s come, like the ones that you ordered or you bought at the stores? Because a couple of mine had a little bit of flaws on them. Were they good or no?
All three pairs of mine, I looked them over. They were fine, but they absolutely reek of glue. I mean, they just stink.
Yeah, they did, man. It was like...
It's bad. Where I took them out of the box and let them sit for a few days, and they still just stink of glue.
Them fucking factory workers were swimming in that glue, man. But I mean, they made a lot of pairs of them, I think.
I mean, there's no flaws on mine that I could see, but, man, they stink.
Yeah, from what I've heard from the feedback, people were saying that, man, a lot of their pairs were kind of jacked up, man, when it came to the midsole with the paint on it. Some people were even saying there was kind of like infrared flaking on the actual midsole that they'd dust off and shit like that.
Yeah, mine didn't have that.
Yeah, mine didn't either, but I did have two pairs that had like little dots of white on the midsole, which I ended up just hitting with a ink pen, you know, just blotting that white out. And they looked mint after that. But even on the stitching on one, there was a little bit of white on the back of it. And this was a pair I bought from Foot Action. It was kind of annoying, you know, because they raised the price $200, which is crazy, you know. But they can. Like, they're just flexing on us.
Oh, yeah. And the next time that they drop, they'll be $220 or $240, you know. The next time we see him in 4 or 5 years, 6 years, whatever it's going, you know.
This is what Nike's doing now in Jordan Brand. They're basically grabbing OGs now and saying, okay, well, we're going to jack up the price on these and you're going to buy them. I mean, honestly, if they jacked up the price to $225 on a pair of BRED 4s with the Nike Air in the back, people are going to buy them and they're going to sell out.
Yeah. I mean, even at $250, I'd still buy it. I mean, yeah.
I would too. I hate saying that right now publicly.
But I still buy it. But if it was a Jordan 4, just the colorway, just made up and called, you know, the shot glass 4s, would I spend $250? No.
Nah.
No.
Leave in the comments if you're watching this, especially on the replay. Would you pay $225, $250 for like BRED 4s, cement 3s? Like, what's your breaking point on shoes as far as the classics, the grails, the must-haves, you know? Like, right now, if I was able to buy the Air Jordan, let's see, black cement 3s, I would pay $225 without a blink of the eye.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I wouldn't even think about it.
Even $250.
I'd be like, boop. I just click. That'd be it, you know? I'm mad I didn't double up on those shits, man. I didn't even double on those, man.
You know, I bought 2, but I should have bought 3. I'm kicking myself now because the prices for my sizes have gone up quite a bit, so it sucks. But I have 2 pairs, so.
Do you think they'll ever bring back the Jordan logo on the back of like these classic retros?
I hope not. Keep it OG. Keep it OG. Get rid. I mean, if the Jumpman was on there, fine. But if it wasn't, keep it OG. But if it's a colorway that's just made up, put Jumpman on there. It doesn't really matter what is on there because it's not an OG. But the OGs, you've got to keep it OG. I mean, I
agree with you 100%. And you know, it would be really awkward right now, being that we're so used to seeing the Nike Air. If they did release like an Air Jordan 3 black cement or white cement in like 3 or 4 years with the Jumpman on the back, that would be like, it would be a total WTF moment, no?
Yeah. And there would be a lot of backlash about that too. There'd be a lot of backlash. Like
people would be tight.
I mean, you can't drop the OG form and then drop it the next time with the leather being crap and with the Jumpman on it. I probably won't buy it then because I'll be pissed off about it.
You're gonna buy them.
I'll buy 1 pair.
You will buy a black cement with the damn Jumpman. You fucking lied through your teeth, man. You see Jack behind you, man? You lied through your fucking teeth, man.
Triple up.
You definitely buying them shits. And they're coming out with this Tinker version of the black cement supposedly this year that has that swoosh. How do you feel about that Tinker Jordan 3 that's coming out? That has been out in the past too. Last year we seen it.
Don't like them? Won't buy them. I just think they're ugly.
I'll buy it, and I'll just have the white swoosh blacked out, and I think it'll look just like a fucking black cement. I'll customize it. I'll have my dude Graham come through, paint it up. You know, that's probably what I would do.
Could just take off the swoosh too.
You're right. You can. And they've been doing a lot of customizing things. Like you see like those Chinese New Year 12s where you can kind of pull off the layer of it. And even on those Sports Illustrated Jordan 1s, you can actually remove the swoosh. You know that pair, that Sports Illustrated, where it has like them kind of like green stripes? Yeah. It's supposed to be from like the Milwaukee Bucks jersey. Do you know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
You can actually remove that, and there's a red swoosh underneath it, and it looks really nice. Shout out to my dude Paris. He actually did that. It looks really nice. So I've noticed they've been like kind of like setting up customs. You know, maybe this is the future with sneakers too, where they're setting up customs.
I hope not.
But I'm not on that Martha Stewart shit. I just don't have that in, you know, to start customizing and all types of shit, you know? I mean, I did come out with my own sneaker, but it was different. It was like me in there doing it, like actually getting in there with the fucking, like, you know, tools and shit like that, weaving and all that. That's just not my thing. I just don't got that talent, you know? Salute to all the customizers, though, out there. But, yeah, man, I think we're going to end this video right here. It's 1:30. I hope you guys had fun watching this. Thumbs up the video. I will link FranchiseKicks YouTube in the description box below. He is definitely not a fan of AEW. He definitely does not like the brand at all, as you can see by his shirt and the hat that is removed. When is the tattoo coming? I'm just fucking.
I am actually tattoo clean. Don't have anything.
You have no tattoos, huh?
Don't want any.
I'm shocked. Someone that you know you were in the youth services and all that stuff. Like I'm shocked you don't have tattoos.
Never wanted any. Just not for me.
Not even a thought?
No, I don't want any. No, I mean, I'm beautiful the way that I am right now, so.
You're luscious, right?
Why would I want to cover it up? You know what I'm saying? I mean, a head tattoo, though.
You're going to go Bam Bam Bigelow with the flames?
A little Bam Bam. Yeah.
Did you see Enzo Amore's tweet that I texted you?
I think I looked at it. About the
King Kong Bundy?
George Animal.
Yeah, he was like, oh man, rest in peace to King Kong Bundy. I always loved him when I was a kid, when he would chew the turnbuckles with the green tongue.
It's like, just stay rapping, Enzo. You'll be okay.
Yo, he totally botched that. It was like so bad, man. Unbelievable. But yeah, but we're about to get up out of here. Thank you for tuning in. Thumbs up the video, subscribe if you're new, and we'll definitely catch you guys soon. Definitely leave all them comments, show that love. Maybe we'll come back. Maybe this will be like a weekly thing. We need that love, that feedback. Show that love. Sharing is caring. Share it on your Facebook, Twitter, Instagram. Well, you can't share on Instagram, but tell a friend, tell a friend. Much love out there, and we'll catch you guys soon. We out.